Hello, this is Future Infinity here. Yeah, this video was supposed to go up in February, but I kind of rage quit because the editing software that I used instead of the one I normally use had a whole export limit. It was a whole thing. So it's been months. I know. I'm sorry. Um, I will try to get more roll for short stories out. That's going to probably be my primary content. I'm going to try to get back up into content creation. I've kind of missed it. So here's the one from February. It was a lot shorter than it was supposed to be because I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go straight from the roles to the actual story because I think that's better and shorter and more engaging. The original one had a bunch of random quotes and comments as I was writing. You can tell me in the comments or in my Discord server if you want that. But for now, I'm going to make it shorter just so it's easier on me because I remember editing that a few months ago. It was terrible. But yeah, speaking of my Discord server, linked in the link tree in my description of the description of the video. Also, yes, I did get a new username. I did rebrand, and now the video was made before the rebrand, so the intro from that video is still the old Infinity Theorist. But yeah, Infinity. That's how it's pronounced. INF or capital I, lowercase NIFINI, capital T, period. Infinity. Okay, yeah. That's all my announcements. Enjoy the video that I made months ago. Hello, I'm the Infinity Theorist Quake spin-off enthusiast, and welcome to the new series, Roll for Short Story, where I roll D&D dice to figure out what I'm going to write about for a short story, because I need writing practice, and this is a fun way to go about doing that. This is, of course, heavily inspired by Roll for Sandwich, the TikTok series, and I just put a fun little writer's twist on it. Alright, so with that, let's get started. Our first roll of the day is going to be 1d6 to figure out the basic genre of our story. So I have right here, I have 1d6, and I'm going to be rolling in here. That is 3. Our genre is going to be sci-fi. That's a great start for the first episode. Our next roll, we're going to roll for the number of characters, and that is going to be 1d10. I have right here a green d10. We're going to roll in here, and we got 0, which is 10, which is 11 characters. That's an interesting start. So far we have sci-fi genre with 11 characters. All right, now we're going to roll for all of those characters. So I may have to fast forward this because or time lapse it because I'm going to have to roll 2d4 for the MBTI of every single one of those characters. But yeah, here we go. All right, for this one, we're rolling 2d4 for all 11 characters for their MBTI types. And here is the 2d4 that I'm going to be using. So let's roll in here. First time we got a 4 and a 2, which is 4 and a 2 is ESTJ. Okay. I just realized that I didn't have the labels, and there are repeats on here, so I relabeled it. We're gonna have glow in the dark as die 1 and blue as die 2. So we're gonna roll again for character number 2, who's both is 2 and a 2, which is ENTJ. We've got a lot of extroverted thinking doms. Well, I say that, but so far it is just 2. Okay, for our third character, we're rolling again, and we got 3 and a 4, which is 3 and a 4 is ESFP. That's going to be a fun dynamic. The next one, we're rolling again. We got a 4 and a 4. That's a fun one. That one is ESFJ. Okay, that's going to be some fun things. So far, we've got ESTJ, ENTJ, ESFP, and ESFJ. We'll see how this goes. And for character number 5, we are again rolling again. We got a 1 and a 2. A 1 and a 2 is ENTP. Ooh, that's going to be a fun character to write. Okay. 1 and a 2 ENTP is our 5th character. And for character number 6, we are rolling again in this little thing. And we got a 4 and a 3. 4 and a 3 is ISFJ. Okay, that's a fun one. We got an ESFJ and an ISFJ. That'll be fun. And character number 7. Rolling for character number 7, we got a 2 and a 4. 2 and a 4, 2 and a 4. That is ENFJ. Ooh, that's going to be a harder one to write. That's a hard one for me to write. But well, actually, it's not too hard. I think I did a pretty good job with Gabby and Joe. But yeah, ENFJ, that'll be our next character. Character number 8, rolling again. We got a 3 and a 4. 3 and a 4. I feel like we've had that. We did have that, so we have another ESFP. Okay, that'll be fun. Character number 9, we got a 2 and a 1. Ooh, that's a fun. What is that? 2 and a 1 INTJ. Okay, that's gonna be this is gonna be an interesting dynamic between these characters. Character number 10, we got a 2 and a 1 again. I think that's another INTJ. Yep, that is another INTJ. It's interesting. We have 2 ESFPs and 2 INTJs, and those are functional opposite types, so that's cool. Anyway, last character is 4 and a 2. A 4 and a 2 is another ESTJ. Okay, sure. This will be a fun one to write. It'll be a hard one to write because of all of these functions. ENTP will be fun to write. But yeah, those are the 11 personalities of our 11 characters. There are a lot of repeats. Now we're going to get an actual prompt. So we're going to roll it 1d8 for the actual prompt. As you can see, unstable is not out yet. So if we get an 8, then we're going to have to re-roll. But again, we're probably not going to get an 8 because probability. Let's roll that d8. And as I say that, we roll an 8. Okay, let's re-roll the d8. 5. Okay. 5 is mystery. Mystery. So I have a mystery book somewhere around here. Let me go grab it. All right, we'll do The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. We'll flip to a random page. First sentence on that page. I'm going to leave this here. Okay, I'm going to leave this here is our prompt. Yes, I am recording on my bed. My desk is a mess right now, and I don't feel like cleaning it. Anyway, now we're rolling for extra spice. We're rolling 1d12 for extra spice. So let's do that. Here's my 12 that I completely missed the box. 2. 2 is, what is 2? 2 is character first, middle, and last name start with the consecutive letters of the alphabet. I can speak. I am sorry. Okay, so that's going to be a fun one. Every character in this short story is going to have a first, middle, and last name that are consecutive letters of the alphabet. Cool. And for the final roll before I write the story, our D20 rule, which is our required trope. This is a trope we have to have, no matter the genre. So even if it doesn't fit into the sci-fi genre, which I think most of these actually do, surprisingly, we have to do it. All right, so let's roll our D20. What did we get? We got... Is that a nat 20? That is a nat 20, first try. All right, that is childhood friends to lovers has to be in here. Okay, that's gonna be fun. Also, for this series, I'm only going to have 20 episodes per season, so I'm going to have to cross out this down here. This is going to be crossed out. I do not remember the strike-through shortcut. 1 second. It's Alt-Shift-5. Anyway, I got it. It is now crossed out, and so over the next 19 episodes, these are going to be other ones. Childhood Friends to Lovers is crossed out, and Season 2 will have a completely revamped list. But this is what Season 1 has. So, yeah. That is all of our stuff for the episode. And I'm going to go ahead and get to writing that short story. And for those of you wondering at home, this is all of our stuff that we got. This is the story that I'm going to write. I don't know if you can read my handwriting. These are notes for me. So if you can't read it, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is all of the stuff that we got. And yeah.
Hello, I'm InfiniT. Yes, this is a roll for short story that I wrote in February. It is now August. I wrote it so long ago, and now I'm rereading it because I don't want it to go to waste, and I do like the roll for short story series. And now that I know more of how I can get it to work, because originally I had a bunch of tech issues, now that I know how to get it to work, I'm going to try to bring this back up, try to go back into content creation. I did rage quit because this short story was giving me so many problems, but I'm going to try to get back into it. So with that said, let me go ahead and start reading the short story that I wrote months ago. There is some other clips that will play later. Also, I do want to note, I have comments on the right if you want to read my thoughts as I was writing it. Here we go. I'm going to leave this here. A roll for short story by Suicide Cruz Jr., a.k.a. InfiniT. Mr. Limison was finishing up a lecture about the importance of spaceship seatbelts when the bell rang and I heard a voice from behind me. Boo, said Laura Norm. Laura, hi, I didn't see you there. You startled me. And my plan worked. You know, you really should be studying. Cadets should be fearless. No one's fearless, Laura. It's part of being human. Well, you know what else is human? Parties. And I'm having one for my birthday on Saturday at the venue, and I expect you to be there. Saturday? What time? I promised Earl to help him with his aerospace engineering homework on that day. Mike, you've been one of my closest friends since we were children. If you weren't at my 17th birthday party, I don't know what I'd do. I already RSVP'd for yours, and you owe me. Remember when you ate my free giant ice cream? Again, I am very sorry about that. I thought it was berries, and trust me, I would love nothing more than to go to your party, spend time with you, help you set everything up. But I promised Earl, and I never break a promise. I know you love helping people, Mike, and I like that about you, but I also really want you to be there. And I really want to be there, Laura, but again, I made a promise. Let me call Earl right now, then. Go right ahead. If he says we can reschedule, I'll go to your party. I hope that he would want to reschedule. Laura took her holophone out and dialed Earl's number. He picked up the third ring. Ahoy? Earl, I'm having a birthday party on Saturday, and Mike said he can't make it because he's tutoring you. Earl's hologram smiled. Which Mike? Mike Otis? How many Mikes do you know? Irrelevant. I'm going to reschedule my tutoring lesson immediately. Actually, I'm going to reschedule it for early in the week, not for my sake, because that boy needs some tutoring of his own in the field of, okay, that's enough, I said, sensing Earl was about to embarrass me. His hologram turned to face me. Hello, Mike. Do you want to reschedule for tomorrow? I can make some of my own lesson plans, too. Sure, that works for me. That means I'll be able to go to your party on Saturday, Laura. And I can help set it up if you want. It's great news. I can't wait to see you there. The next day, as I was tutoring Earl, he brought up Laura's party. You know, the venue's the only place on the space station where fun happens, and rumor has it some tutors actually find temporary happiness there. I'm happy elsewhere, thank you very much. Where's elsewhere? And who says elsewhere anymore? Or thank you very much? What year are you stuck in? I'm sorry that I'm a little traditional. I like using old phrases. I find comfort in them. They're like my comfort blanket. Dude, what? And that didn't answer my original question. Where else are you happy? And don't say when you're with Laura. I was originally going to say when I was with Laura, but at Earl's remark I said, aerospace engineering class. I got you and Barry in that class. Two of my best friends in a class, but my favorite subject with a teacher I like. Laura's in that class, and Mr. Lemonton teaches way too many classes. He does, doesn't he? Anyway, Laura's too busy scowling at Lily in that class to pay any attention to me. Yeah, why do they hate each other? They're very similar personalities. Laura said it has to do with her popularity. Is she jealous of Lily, or is Lily jealous of her? Yes. That makes more sense. Why do they even care, anyways? It's not like popularity in high school will matter in the future. I have no idea. Here you go again with the old phrases. No one says I have no idea anymore. They say I have no idea. And why don't you ask them? You don't want to sound rude? Oh, right, I forgot some people have emotions, and we have to respect them and not make jokes at their expense and not ask them questions that could hurt their feelings. Or I'm serious. Hi, serious, I'm Earl. Really? That's the joke you made? Even I know that's overused. And you told me I have the sense of humor of a non-biodegradable plastic bag. Flaps in the wind, won't die, and is annoying to all living things. What do you mean it flaps in the wind? Doesn't matter. Point is, everywhere. There are points everywhere, and not a single one has meaning. We are all little meaningless points in this effortless universe. Effortless? What do you mean by that? Whatever I want it to mean, but it also means nothing at all, because nothing means anything at all, because nothing matters at all. So I can say what anything I want, have it mean anything I want, because in the end, none of it means anything, and all of it means nothing. So you shouldn't worry about anything. The universe doesn't care. So make your nothing something, and if you attempt to make your nothing something, turns out to result in more nothing, who cares? Just try again later, and I promise you something nothing will eventually turn into something. What? Laura, shoot yourself with Laura, because you only get one chance at this. After that, the universe doesn't care what happens to you. It doesn't even care for now, that's all I'm saying. All of this means nothing, but you can make it mean something. There, consider yourself tutored. I would say mic drop, but then I'd have to pick you up, and my arm hurts from riding all day. I want to shoot my shot, I really, truly do, but it's difficult. If I tell her how I feel and she doesn't feel the same way, and when she pushes her to save my feelings, I don't want her to have to go through that. And I understand, but sometimes you gotta make others uncomfortable to make yourself happy. And I know you don't like to do that and would prefer to make others happy, but every once in a while you should take care of yourself too. I don't want to seem selfish. It's not being selfish. Think of it as self-care. Yeah, you shooting your shot with Laura in the form of self-care. Self-care, I'll think about it. During aerospace engineering class, Mr. Livingston assigned us partners for a project. I was paired with Earl. I noticed Laura was paired with Lily. The project idea was simple. We had to work together to invent a better mechanism for the liftoff of star cars. The project itself was difficult since we had to actually build a mechanism. We had access to the student labs at the bottom floor of the school to help us with that. Alright, so I was thinking we should change the ideas of thrusters entirely. Don't you think they would do damage to the atmosphere we use the original ones? Said Earl. I think the original ones are great. They've always worked. Why not keep it worse? Because I have a much better idea. What is it? Instead of thrusters, we use magnets. Very large magnets. It will use the Earth's magnetic field to push the car into space. Once it's in space, that doesn't matter. Our assignment was to make a better liftoff thing. I don't know if that will work, and I really trust regular thrusters. What if something goes wrong? If it goes wrong, we might get to blow something up. Wouldn't that be fun? I gave Earl an anxious smile as Mr. Livingston came up to us. Hey, boys, what are you planning to make? Bad voice. I think we could take advantage of Earth's magnetic fields and use that to propel the car into space, said Earl. I like that idea. What do you think, Mike? Well, I think it's a good idea, and I'm sorry if I offend you, Earl. I'm generally not trying to. I think it could be dangerous, and I don't want to risk that. But danger is part of the fun, said Earl. How is getting ourselves killed fun? Getting killed isn't the fun. It's the knowledge that we could have been killed. Well, I'll leave it to you two, then, Mr. Livingston said. Mr. Livingston walked away, and in the back of my mind, I knew he had paired us up for a reason. He knew that, even though Earl and I were great friends, we had such different thinking patterns that we probably wouldn't get along for this project. Could we come to a compromise? I suggested. Like what? Asked Taro. Maybe we try building your thing, but with safety features and a backup traditional thruster. I actually really like that idea. I'll get started on the design as soon as I get back to my dorm. Great. Show me what you come up with at Laura's party tomorrow, and I'll help you build it after. I'm not going to Laura's party. Why not? I wasn't invited. Oddly, Earl didn't seem fazed by the lack of invitation. Again, I haven't read this in a while. Imagine I said that like that. Oh, sorry. No, it's cool. I have other more important things to do. I can use that time to workshop our project design. Again, he genuinely seemed completely fine with not being invited. Okay, are you sure? Yeah, don't worry, Mike. I'm fine. The next day was Laura's party, and I had volunteered to help her set up the venue. Apparently, so had Gilbert Edmondson and Paul Randall. Mike, glad you made it, said Laura as I walked through the door. Come here, help me set up these tables. As I made my way over to Laura, Gilbert stopped me. Well, howdy there, Michael. How are you doing this fine morning? He said in his friendly southern accent. I'm doing well, thank you, Gilbert, and please call me Mike. How are you? I'm doing fine myself, thank you very much. Will I have the pleasure of seeing you at the party tonight, Mike? You sure will, Gilbert. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I'm looking forward to it as well, my friend. Now let me scooch on out of your way so you can help Laura with whatever she needs you for. I smiled and thanked him as I continued walking. Gilbert was the nicest person in our grade, and everyone liked him. No matter your situation, Gilbert Harold Emlinson would try his absolute hardest to make you feel better. When I talked to him, he would usually tell stories about his life on Earth that were similar to my situation, and they always made me feel better. Hey, Mike, can you help me with this tablecloth? That was a weird voice, asked Laura. Oh, yeah, of course. I helped her spread her bubblegum pink tablecloth over the ornate round elm tables of the venue. I really need tonight to go perfect, she said. If this turns out to be a disaster, I'll be ruined. How can I ever show my face if my birthday party isn't the best event anyone's ever attended? I'm sure it'll be amazing, I said. Are you sure? How do you know? Because you're an amazing person. You may not think it, but you make everyone around you so happy. In all the years I've known you, Laura, you've always been so nice to everyone. You've always been such a fun person. You've always been so independent. I love all about you. Oh, thanks, Mike. You're always so nice to me. Come on, help me set up the silverware. Wait, I'm getting a call. Hello? On our holler phone appeared the image of Lily Nuckerson. Hey, Laura, I'm going to leave this here. Is that all right? Yeah, that's totally fine. Send it anywhere you want. I think that project deserves an A. Can't wait to see you at the party. Looking forward to it. After they hung up, I asked, so you two made up? Yeah, said Laura. It was Livingston's project. It made us see that there was no point in hating each other. We actually have a lot in common. So just come to the party tonight. For the last time, Ilmanson, that is not how you hang a banner, Paul yelled from across the room. Well, then how do you do it, my friend? Align the size of the banner so the H in happy is the same height as the Y in birthday, and I'm not your friend. I try to be everybody's friend. Give up that nice cowboy act. It's annoying and you're not fooling anyone. Well, I'll be... All right. What's going on here? Asked Laura. Gilbert is being incompetent and... Sorry, wrong voice. Gilbert is being incompetent and can't hold orders as per usual. Paul, you shouldn't be commanding him like that. You're here to help set him up, not to order him around. He's the one who can't do anything efficiently or follow simple directions. I don't know why I rolled the R. Maybe I shouldn't have let you help. Laura rubbed her forehead with her thumb and index finger. Paul, please don't yell at Gilbert, I said as sweetly as I could. Laura's already stressed about the party. Don't make her more stressed. I just want to get things done as quickly and efficiently as possible, and sometimes that means yelling at Ilmanson. Could you please stop, though? There really is no reason to be efficient right now. The party's not until tonight, so please be calmer. I guess I could try, Paul said reluctantly. Ilmanson! Let me help you with that. I smiled and went back to Laura. How'd you do that? She asked. I have a way of helping people, I responded. Well, thank you. Paul's been yelling at Gilbert all morning. We spent some time working together until Earl came up in conversation. Yeah, I was paired with him for Lemonson's project. Oh, and he said he wasn't invited to your party? I thought you two were friends. Didn't he call you the other day? We were, but something happened. He told me some crazy things about you. I don't want to get into it right now. If it was about me, it was probably a joke. You should talk to him again. It wasn't a joke. It was serious and got my hopes up. What's wrong with getting your hopes up? Nothing, but I just don't want to talk to him. If you can make up with Lily Nunkerson, your sworn enemy since 6th grade, you can make up with an old friend. Life's too short to hold grudges. At least try to talk to him. Invite him to the party, maybe. You know what? Maybe I will. Thank you. The next 2 hours of the day was spent getting everything to look absolutely perfect. Laura was stressed about the party, so I took her to the mess for a lunch break. Thank you, Mike. I really needed this. She sat there a mouthful of ham sandwich. I did not read that. I should have, thank you, Mark. I'm not going to do that. Never mind. Of course, Laura, you're working so hard to make everything perfect. I thought I'd take you somewhere to get away from that. Alma! Henry James yelled to his girlfriend, Alma Cloud. That's not how you do it. Yes, it is, Henry. I have a plan. Alma and Henry, said Laura, the most annoying people I know, but you gotta admit, they do make a good couple. Yeah, Henry's efficiency and almost well thought out plans always allow them to get ahead. What do you think they're arguing about? Well, Livingston isn't going to want that, Alma. You said to be innovative, Henry. If I had to guess, said Laura, a Livingston project. For what class? They're a year older than us, so even if it is aerospace engineering, I don't think it's a liftoff problem. I heard the seniors have to reinvent the entire rocket. Who told you that? Lily. Well, that could be gossip. It should be gossip. Anyway, I'm glad you two are talking. Were you planning to talk to Earl? Yes, actually, I texted him an invite on the way over here. That's great. Yeah, I'll probably try to talk to him tonight if nothing goes wrong, that is. Nothing will go wrong. You'll be fine. I put an awkward hand on her shoulder from across the table and smiled. I hope so, because I'll be ruined if it doesn't. At the party later that day, I ran into Penny Reynolds, a girl in my grade known for having no friends and many enemies. She was staring down Barry Duncanberger, the worst of her enemies. Hey, Penny, what are you doing? Plotting 17 different ways to get rid of Barry. She tilted her head slightly. 15 of them involved a guillotine and a loaf of bread. I turned to Barry to see him giving the same look to Penny, and I could only assume he was doing the same thing. Okay, I'll leave you to it then. I'm gonna go find Laura. I walked for a bit until I ran into Gilbert. Well, howdy, Mike, he said. Pleasure running into you again. Hey, Gilbert, have you seen Laura? Oh, well, you're in luck, my friend. I just saw her over yonder. He pointed in the direction of the happy birthday banner. Thanks, Gilbert. Anytime, my friend. I love Gilbert. I reached Laura and found her talking to Earl. Mike had the idea, actually. He said that life was too short to hold grudges. I'm sorry I got mad. What you said just got my hopes up, and the thought that Mike likes me back. I mean, he's made it very clear we're just friends. I decided to hide under the table and eavesdrop on the conversation. Earl saw me and winked. Who are you winking at? Asked Laura, turning around. No one, and I'm sorry, too. I should have been more, careful with your feelings. That sounds cliche. Sorry for what I'm supposed to be sorry for. Now I have to go talk to Barry. Bye. I took that as my sign to come out from hiding while Laura was distracted by Earl. Hey, Laura, I said. Oh, Mike, you startled me. Sorry, how's everything going? You know, it's actually going really well. I don't know what I was so stressed about. See, I told you everything would be fine. And you were right. You're always right. Thank you. Well, I wouldn't say I'm always right. Well, you're right this time. Thank you. We sat at a table together and just talked for the next hour. Eventually, the conversation came back to Earl. So did you two make up? I asked. Yeah, I think we did. All thanks to you. That's amazing. What actually caused the split? I told you said something that got my hopes up. There was short silence before I said, maybe you got your hopes up for a reason. What do you mean? Laura, Molly, Nora, my... Just then the sprinkler system went off. What's going on? I don't know, said Laura. Oh no, this is going to ruin my reputation as the best party planner in the school. I'm gonna go investigate. Here's my jacket. You can put it over your head to keep you dry. No, I'm going with you. I want to know who did this. Alright, come on. We walked out of the venue and into the mediator hallway. The hallway that connects every branch of the school. On a cart in the center of the hallway was a rocket thruster on fire. Behind it was Lily Nunkerson, holding a fire extinguisher. She looked up and saw us. Laura, I can explain. You did this? Lily, how could you? I tried to prevent it. I really did, but you know what? No, don't even talk to me. I told you how important tonight was to me, and you ruined it. I'm going to leave. As Laura ran in the other direction, tears streaming down her face, I asked Lily what happened. Since it was a launch mechanism for a star car, Laura and I wanted to make a combustion engine. That combustion engine combusted. And this happened. I'll talk to her. Thank you. And I know it's not your fault, Lily. Laura's just been stressed all day about the party. She thinks if it failed, it would ruin her reputation or something. I know how that feels. I've always felt pressure to be more popular than her. That's why I never really talked to her until now. You two are so similar. You're better off as friends. I think you're right. Thank you, Mike. Helping people's what I do best. Now I gotta go comfort Laura. I found Laura in her usual hiding spot, behind the bakery. She was crying and messily shoving birthday cake into her mouth. Her shirt had many fallen pieces of cake attached to it. Mike? Hey, Laura, can I sit down? Yeah. Are you okay? The thing I need to go perfectly was just set down by someone I had just made up with. Do you think I'm okay? That's about what I thought. Come here. I opened my arm for a sitting half hug, and she accepted. I let her cry in silence for a bit, and then said, Lee wasn't trying to ruin your party. What? I talked to her. She wants to be your friend. She wasn't trying to ruin your party, and she feels terrible. Really? Yeah, she feels terrible. How do I know you're telling the truth? She looked directly in the eyes and said firmly, Would I ever lie to you? And instead of answering, she just got closer. I hugged her tighter. I opened my mouth to say something, but decided the silence was better off for the both of us. I couldn't tell you how long we sat together in silence. All I can say is that it strengthened the bond Laura and I had. For the rest of the weekend, all anyone could talk about was Laura's party. Apparently, after the incident with the sprinkler, people made the best of the water in the venue and turned it into a rain-themed party. When Laura finally appeared at the end of the party, everyone cheered and Penny told her her reputation as the best party planner in the school was not broken. In Mr. Livingston's class, everyone gave their presentations and he gave a speech that surprised no one, telling us how he put us in groups that he thought wouldn't work well together in order to force us to work well together. He admitted they didn't think certain groups, such as Laura and Lily, would succeed. They credited their success to me. I got 5 extra credit points from it. At my assistance that it was all them, I just pushed them in the right direction, I received an extra 5 credit points. After class, I caught up with Laura. Hey, Laura, I just realized I never forgot to tell you what I was going to tell you when the sprinklers went off. All right, what was that? I took a deep breath. Laura, Molly, Norm, I love you. I was met with a short silence, then a hug, then a Michael Otis, I love you too. And finally a kiss. I didn't know at the time, but that was the start of a wonderful relationship that would last a lifetime. The end. Again, you can read the comments. It's been a weak ending. Yeah, I'll have the other review video or clip going in like 3, 2, 1. Should be going right now. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the story. Not my best story, but I did enjoy it. I did enjoy writing it, and I think it was pretty good. A lot of it was cliche, but again, it was the first episode, and this is kind of more of a public writing exercise than it is a doing it for the content. But yeah, that was the first episode of Roll for Short Story. Thank you for watching. I'm probably going to do more of these. So yeah, thank you. And that's all I have for you today. Goodbye.